So people in our lives are portals. That is quite known, or especially when you understand about the energy exchange of each other that happens when we meet people, when we love people, when we connect with each other, especially the moment we connect with someone on a deeper level. So it might be true that people are portals in a way, but what does it actually mean for our everyday lives? And I was wondering, how can we understand it for our close relationships? How can we make the best of it without just becoming a picky person who's like, I do not want to engage with these kind of people because they're portals and I just don't want. So there's always a fine line between becoming kind of spiritual in divided actually, the moment when we are just picky on a superficial level. But this understanding that every person you are close with, actually every person you meet, but it doesn't happen with every person you meet. So every person you get close with, you love, close friendships, the moment you listen to their life stories, their whatever most amazing, most deepest, most darkest moments, and the more it consumes your own mind, of course, there's a portal of this person opening somehow. And yes, of course, you and your own energy, your mind might be vulnerable to be tracked into their world. And still, it is very interesting how we can handle it, that we still can connect to people who might have portals of their own, like their life, let's make an example. A person who has a quite messy life and mindset and doesn't really resolve it and will tell you all of it in a crazy messy way, and maybe you changed, you became more like streamlined or focused, you do not entertain too many messy situations anymore. For example, if this person tells you about all of these things happening to them with crazy people and so on, you, of course, this kind of mind, it might irritate you, even though you are not like into these kind of lifestyle things, or you wouldn't act like that. You still, the longer you engage with this person, it kind of can, if it's also negative things, it can blindly connect in your subconscious with your own experiences. So in that case, sometimes we just want to step away, like some of us being sensitive with energy, we feel like it's not good for us. But I'm wondering if there's a better solution, because we cannot always step away from everyone's personal problems always. Like, how can we deal with that? So when you look at people, especially the moment you get close or you love someone, right? So why people becoming like picky is because nowadays we live in a modern world where many people accumulate problems or even difficult lifestyles, which are maybe due to our free lifestyle. Everyone can do whatever they want, and sometimes some people do not really have morals or like guidelines, or they didn't learn, or they didn't just, and so they just go with every flow that happens. And this can be maybe good for them, maybe sometimes not good for them, okay? And so it could be you start to like someone and they, as I told you, tell you about their crazy life, and the moment kind of their portal is kind of a messy life, just say it how it is. And the more you would engage with it, the more it would alter your thinking about people's situations, like even though it might not be part of your life. So this is the obvious easy way. When you see kind of this person has this kind of opens their world for your eyes, and the more you listen, the more you see, the more you kind of enter this life as well. And there's another more difficult kind of portal of people, which is almost more dangerous if we do not understand it, or too late, or you will feel it, right? There's another portal, I would say, more in that way of this deeper subconscious energy-wise, or even problematic when people are not healed or they not develop themselves. They just live and accumulate their inner problems, and they don't even know, they're not aware that there's a lot of things going on that they should take care of, or something like that. And so these kind of people could be someone who seems quite nice in the beginning, but difficult maybe, and after some time you realize they are really not, they are flaky, they are sometimes unstable in their, in their way they act towards others. They get, they step back, they move forward, these people who are kind of, they maybe stress themselves, they are not clear about what they want from you or from others, and basically they have some issues. Let's say just in a normal human, might have some issues, right? They unresolved issues, they avoid some situations, they have strange love, friendships, close relationships, they want to run away, they come back, and so on. So even though you could be really healed from these kind of things yourself, you could understand that people could have that, maybe you had that, but you are not acting this kind of way because now you learned when you meet people you like, you show up, right? So it's not about I need a day, but you show up because you're so thankful, you know what it means to meet great people which you connect on a soul level, right? Okay, I'm talking about close relations. So but the moment you let someone into your life who is unhealed, like who is running away, coming back, and triggered by things like difficulties, and they're not really a firm, stable in their energy. They can function well. It's not about this. And our modern world, many people function well, but inside there's a different story. So this kind of portal, they might drag you in slowly, and you might even realize it. You need to manage to stay in your own energy. So someone who is playing in their own life like psychological mind games without even knowing it, or because they have some problems, and after some time you won't even know how it happened. They might also destabilize your really healed or focused personality, because you want to adapt, you want to understand, and they pretend, or for them it's normal. So their portal says the way they act is normal, but you actually know it's not normal. But the longer you get close to them, their world will become very normal to you. So third example is also love relationships, friendships, or anything in your life, family, whatever. Someone who is fearful. The moment you meet a fearful people who's inside, their life could look great, but their whole concept is kind of, oh my gosh, he's too many people, oh my gosh, what will happen, oh my god, this kind of always fearful without reason. Or maybe they have their reason, but they're not resolved, they're not healed. I mean, as an adult, I think everyone's responsibility is to work through situations. We all have, we are more open, okay, but seriously, you cannot always put your fears on other people just because you make up things. Maybe you should really work on yourself. We all have to be brave sometimes. So imagine this person always is fearful about future, maybe even they have enough, about money, maybe about whatever, giving, about losing, and you are not fearful when you meet them. But believe me, after some years, this person might become more brave because they learn from you, but you will become more fearful because their portal will drag you in as well. And of course, you are a happy portal if you are a happy, confident, naturally happy person. No matter if you have your ups and downs, okay? But if this is your base personality or the one you healed, okay? You might also drag in a nice way, people into your nice, happy portal. That's why they're attracted to you, because the world you show them is confident. The world you show them is full of great dreams and beliefs and support and love and, trust. And of course, the longer they stay in your energy, they get more of that. You will see when you're like this, the people who were fearful or not so confident, they suddenly become like a confidence boost. But you, on the other hand, might get lower confidence boost down because you surround yourself with people whose portals are not as strong as yours, whose energy is actually taking yours. So I don't say stay away from these people. I just say please be aware that you always remember that other people's portals, other people's worlds are maybe not your world. This person can be part of your world, a wonderful part or a difficult part, whatever part, but remember your own base energy, which say when you open your heart, this is your portal. What is inside there? Like, it's your true energy. And yes, people will love to take it, but Be careful that you stay in your energy and do not let yourself like sucked into different people's portals too much. And I do not say be picky, because it makes no sense. There are endless personalities in this world. Nobody is perfect. So enjoy the people how they are without getting, taken into their, if it's especially unhealed world. Try to be also, remember the people you want to be part of their world should maybe have your similar energy. So even if you have some difficulties, remember to stay close to these ones where you wouldn't mind if they kind of drag you into their energy portal, like aspiring people, healed people, high energy people, or just really warm energy people, like supportive people. When you surround yourself with supportive, generous people for some time, I lived in societies with very supportive, generous, big-hearted, warm-hearted people. Everyone around us became like that. The moment you shift to people who are selfish, like only looking out for their own, the longer you stay, the more you become like this. And that's just because the portal the people drag you in, if you are not like very strong or back to adjusting with others' energies, it just alters your own energy. And that's basically it. So that's why people are portals. So don't be picky, but just remember that, guys.